it's Rona, and I have a layout today for Scraplift Crafternoon. It is a very special Scraplift Crafternoon because we are scraplifting Kathy. It is her birthday, and so everyone is scraplifting that layout, and it's always fun to honor one of the team members, and I hope you will follow along with the playlist, watch Kathy, check her out. Her channel is listed below, and leave her some love for her birthday month or birthday week. I have decided that, I love Kathy's layout for sure. I absolutely love it. And I was so excited that she had done some stitching on it. So I even love it more because I love the stitching. So I have decided I'm going to use just some random orange pieces, and I'm going to do these pictures of my granddaughter in a little outfit that my daughter bought her to celebrate or to come and watch the Bengals with us. So this is also Scraptember day 14, and we were supposed to use texture paste, so I showed the texture paste that I'm going to use as well. I think that's going to work out perfect for this layout. So I'm going to mess with my circles first, cutting out several different circles out of, some of these are scraps, some of them are not, but out of these different orange pieces that I found. And most of these came out of my fall bin. So I knew, oranges, I would for sure find some in there, and I couldn't really think of any collection that was orange heavy. So I just pulled out my fall bin and I decided to pull some oranges out. I didn't use all of the ones I pulled out. I ended up going with ones that I thought looked best together. And I like how it turned out. So I'm going to show you just a few of the circles that I cut out. I can't show you my cutting machine because it's plugged into the wall and it's kind of back behind me, so it's not in view of the camera. But you saw the circles, the dies that I used and such, and I also don't know where those came from, so not very helpful with that. But circle dies are pretty easy to come by. So the black paper, I only had one sheet of that piece of cardstock that was, that exact one. So I went ahead and gutted it because I'm going to use some black there behind my photos as well. And I'm going to use the last little scrap that I have left of it also after I get this plaid one on, and add that in as well. And then I'll start playing with the circles and decide how I'm going to do. That orange didn't match well enough, so I ended up putting that one back on the sticker sheet and using that other one, the Bella Boulevard one, and it matched much better. It's hard to tell on screen which oranges are the right orange or whatever. The lighting doesn't catch it, quite as well as it does in person, but that's okay. So here's the last bit from what I had gutted, and that's going to work out to kind of mat this piece. And I decided just to tear it because I had torn the other. I always have to have some torn bits, of course. Can't tell too much that the other one was torn, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to play with placement. I want to kind of have the plaid because it does have the white in there kind of spread out all the way through. So that takes a minute to kind of get that. The one behind the photos is a stripe, and then I add several with the stripe. And then I also have the polka dot one that I really like, especially since all of this is all about circles here. I don't know, that circles have anything to do with football, but I really like how this turned out. She's not going to care about the football part of it anyway. At this point, she's just a baby, but she had a really cute little Bengals outfit. And my husband, her grandpa, of course, is Bengals crazy, so that's always fun. We were watching a playoff game, and they ended up winning that, but ended up losing before they made it to the Super Bowl. And of course, we live in Missouri, and they lost to the Chiefs, which is our nemesis. So that stinks. Sorry for any Chiefs fans out there, but we are definitely not. So it's always a rough end of the season when you lose to the Chiefs. So the white picket fence paste there was pretty dried out. I should have changed gears and not done it. But I really didn't want the bright gold. I wanted it to be toned down. And I wasn't sure if I couldn't find any other white paste. I used to have a Vicky Bouton one, but that one may have also dried out as well. This one hadn't even been opened yet, but it was like a little sampler, and there were three different colors in there. And hopefully the other two aren't dried up as well. I've probably had them a year, so I mean it's my fault. I didn't get in there and use it right away like I should have, but I kind of tried to put some water in it and stir it up and see if I could make it work. And it was just a little too much water. And so the first two sections that I did not blot off. I just went in and then started dabbing it over the stencil. And this is, I kind of wanted to show you how I like to do stencil paste or texture paste through a stencil. I have trouble using the palette knife and scraping it across. I don't always get the look that I want, but kind of dabbing this way, I tend to like it better. But the first two little areas that I didn't tap it off, and that was a mistake because it was too wet and it kind of bled underneath. But I'm going to cover it up, and it worked out fine. You can't tell that I had the issues because I do, like I said, cover it up. And I'm kind of too much of I wouldn't say perfectionist because there's nothing about my layouts that are perfect, but I just don't like the globbiness, I guess. And so mixed media is kind of hard for me. And I love to buy all the things. I like to play with it, but I don't always love the end result. So that's why, things have dried up. I don't use it often enough, but I have kind of determined that, certain ways of using those products are more friendly to me. So the little daubers work so much better for me because I can control it a little bit better. And so if you don't love the messy messiness, it's still kind of fun to get in there and play. And I absolutely love how it dried and how it turned out in the end, especially after I got the globbed up mess covered up. But it's kind of iridescent and has some gold in there, and that's what I was going for. I just wanted a hint of gold and a little bit of white over that craft, and it just kind of made it fancier, and I really love it. So I got my circles all stitched. You saw me poking the holes, and how I did that just by putting the die back over the circle and then going around and poking all my holes, and that way I got the perfect area to stitch, and I love how that turned out. That's another little hint if you don't already do that. It works out very well, especially if you have the thinner dies like these are, because it can get it pretty close to the edge, but not all the way to the edge, because sometimes if you just do the edge, it's real hard. So I like how that worked. I found a few flowers because there are flowers on Addie's outfit in the oranges and just a tiny bit of green. And then Hudson's little thing has more green and a lot of the Bingles things on it, and both are super cute. So I found some Scrap and Happy Studio flair that she made for Bingles, and I love it. And then I'm just going to put my title that's going to say Go Bingles. I kind of picked just a funky little alpha there that's black with gold dots, and I liked how that added to the little dots that I have in the background with the texture paste. So that was a nod to that, and I did put the X's in, and I originally was going to do texture paste with that as well, but I don't have any black, so I had to use the ink because I didn't have any black, and I didn't know what else to use. This is pretty much orange and black, so I maybe could have just used plain white, but I only had the white texture paste that was dried up, and it was definitely not doing it for me. So I had some little hearts. They're just circles with orange and then a white heart, and there were two different colors of orange, so I used both of those and finished all of those off of that, and that worked out well for the little dots. And I actually have some enamel dots. They're matte, and they were the perfect color of orange. In my final pictures, they look like the color's off, but I mean, it couldn't be more perfect for these papers. It was weird how the lighting took the picture, but that's okay because in real life they look fantastic, and you can kind of tell on here under this lighting for the video that they matched really well. But anyway, the final pictures were a little bit weird how the color was, especially since they're matte and they're not shiny. I don't know why it photographed weird, but anyway, I'm going to finish this off with some black splatters. So go ahead and check out everyone on the playlist for Scraplift Crafternoon. You can find the playlist that Tara always makes for us every week, and see how everyone else has interpreted Kathy's layout, and then also check out Scrap Timber and see how the real pros do the texture paste. I hope this was helpful to you and will maybe get you interested in using some texture paste yourself. Don't be afraid to try different ways than what somebody else may tell you is the way to use it, because there's it's your page and you can do it how you want to, and that's kind of how I've come across doing it with a little dauber. I think that works best for me, so you do you. Have a great day, and we will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.